This episode of The Casual is brought to you in part by Squarespace. For all your website needs, Squarespace delivers it in an all-around package to help you build a beautiful, integrated online presence.
Fashion is an ever-evolving industry that shapes our choices and impacts society in various ways. And fashion without trends simply wouldn't exist. But there are levels to this, man. Meaning there are good trends and bad trends. And today, we'll explore both the positive and negative aspects of said fashion trends. So, that said, I'm Reggie Casual, and today we delve into the world of good and bad fashion trends, examining their significance and consequences. Let us get it. So we're going to get this out of the bag right now. The very first trend we'll cover is gender-neutral fashion. Because quite frankly, this trend is only new to the United States. It's not really, but unfortunately, this trend has taken a drastic and political turn. But for Europe and Asia, fashion that involves genderless or androgynous themes have been around for decades. For that reason, while this is a positive trend, it doesn't come without its controversies, as far too often genderless fashion is paraded as guys wearing pencil skirts or traditionally feminine style dresses. But that can't be further from the truth. However, that's a topic for another time. Don't get mad at me, we'll talk about it. That said, brands like Telfar, Paloma Wool, and Craig Green do a good job threading that needle. And Japanese labels have been known to dabble in this fluidity for years, as seen in labels like Undercover, of course, Yohji Yamamoto, Comme des Garçons, you know the deal. It could be said that genderless or neutral designs have led to the minimal fashion movement, allowing for more realistic versions that anybody could wear. Brands like Fear of God showcase this for sure, whether you like it or don't like it. This makes this idea of genderless fashion more appealing, at least in my opinion. That said, we still live in a world of showcase, and the rise of single-use fashion, this trend, has brought about negative consequences. Now, this is clothing tied to specific events or temporary trends which encourage disposable consumption, contributing to environmental waste. This is beyond the trappings of fast fashion, because more luxury goods are being produced today to keep up with the demand of consumers who need to flex and show off. This has led to the proliferation of reps and fakes, copied designs, and a misplaced anger solely towards companies and the marketing tactics they use to entice potential customers, and less towards the customers who have agency not to buy those items if they don't want them, if they want to stop this madness. It's gotten to the point that a brand like Mischief can create obnoxious products like Astro Boy boots to buttress this very point. Today's fashion is about the moment, not the end game, because the game doesn't end. These micro trends and hyperactive changes have led to confusion among those new to fashion and can only lead to more societal, mental, and economic problems. That's not to say, though, that this is all bad. From this fast-paced has come more opportunities for collaboration. And no matter how you swing it, collaboration is actually a good thing. Collabs have been a driving force in the fashion industry as of late, fostering creativity and inclusivity. When designers and brands come together, they bring diverse perspectives and create unique collections. Collaborations like H&M and Simone Roca, Nike's partnerships with various artists, the joint efforts of J.W. Anderson and Uniqlo, and the collaboration between Undercover and Evangelion showcase the power of collaboration. Now, one could say there are too many collabs, and that's fair. But when you begin to see smaller projects like On Deck and Akashikama working together and the community applauds it, you know it can only be a good thing. Collaboration isn't going anywhere, and good collabs are always welcome. However, in many ways, collaboration has led to some bad habits. But before we get into that, let's get in a word from our sponsor, Squarespace.
A big part of fashion is community, and building a fashion brand or any business requires a strong one. That's why using Squarespace for your new website might be the way to go. Besides being packed with great website templates, built-in SEO and analytics, Squarespace's new members areas make it easy to create, foster, and grow a community of true fans. Give back by giving members exclusive content, discounts, and much more, all while monetizing your business. So use our code squarespace.com/thecasual to save 10% off of your first website, and let Squarespace help you build your brand, business, and community.
So one of the bad habits that collaboration has wrought was logomania, the excessive use of branding in fashion, which often prioritizes conspicuous logos over design and quality. And you know the tale of the tape. Brands like Gucci, Louis Vuitton, Balenciaga Supreme, and Off-White are known for saturating the fashion landscape with their logos. While many designers argue for a different approach, branding has become an integral part of the aforementioned showcase and single-use phenomenon that we spoke about earlier. When you want everyone to know what you're wearing, this contributes to the focus on excessive branding. While things have calmed down considerably, branding still holds sway as many trendy fashionistas out there are quick to jump on the latest, hottest thing. But on the other side of this is another front, the slow fashion trend. Now, slow fashion promotes mindful consumption and sustainability. Now, sustainability, I get it, has been a hot word in fashion the last few years, and admittedly, it fell flat as so many brands leaned too much into it. It was cool for a while, but then it became, so you making the same stuff, but more expensive, and it's recycled? I don't know about that. Frankly, much of sustainable fashion was just boring. So the new idea was simply to be a savvier shopper, to slow down not only production, but to slow spending on fashion, because the best way to curb fashion pollution is to stop buying so damn much. Just stop buying stuff. Just a thought. As a result, many brands are decreasing what they offer, streamlining the process. And while some of it is expensive, it's also designed well. Capital, Blue Japan, Nano Universe, all based in Japan, take this approach as they go for more timeless pieces, within their own ethos, of course, to achieve a balance between relevant and environmentally responsible. By embracing ethical production practices, transparent supply chains, and traditional craftsmanship, these brands inspire us to make thoughtful fashion choices that align with our values. But, and a very big but, luxury fashion still holds all the cards. And quite honestly, we are at their whim until it's no longer cool to be in luxury fashion, which is highly unlikely. The reason all the bad trends exist is because the luxury industry has dictated fashion, which reinforces exclusivity and elitism within the industry, leading to judgment not only of the brands, but of each other. And it all centers around high-end brands dictating trends, creating a gap between different socioeconomic groups, or maybe even the same socioeconomic groups. The competition, if you will. This trend can perpetuate a culture of unattainability, judgment, or even worse, exacerbate mental health issues when you can't obtain it. While luxury brands have their place, it's essential to challenge the notion that fashion should be dictated solely by the elite, or that you need to be a part of it. Luxury fashion has essentially stripped the stories from designers, prioritized selling over expression and challenge, which is their prerogative because they want to make money. But this has led to a fashion homogeneity that is frankly boring to see. Ever since the biggest hump of the mainstream has dipped their fingers into the fashion puddle, massive profits have followed. And with that, general mundane collections that are easy to wear dominated the space. Even now, quiet luxury is a thing. You know, the act of wearing luxury that isn't marred by branding. You know, like regular clothes, regular pieces. That's how bad it is. And now celebs are becoming art directors of famed houses, leading to even more polarization between design and business. The only good thing to come out of it, in terms of design, is that more designers are going independent, or at least maintaining a sense of independence. Conda Lane of Kid Super, Grace Wells Bonner, Martine Rose, Masayuki Ino of Deblet, Dr. Samuel Ross of A Cold Wall, and more are great examples of this trend. And it just so happens they're among the few challenging fashion, and the industry is better for it. Now, this tug of war between good and bad trends goes beyond pieces of clothing or what styles are hot at any given moment. The overarching themes are at the core of any movement, just like the themes I presented here today. But certainly this wasn't exhaustive. So I want you to add to it. What are some good or bad trends or even pieces that have defined fashion recently? Let it all be known in the comments or suggest another topic you'd like to explore. But most importantly, keep it locked right here for all of your info in international fashion culture and business from Tokyo. It's your boy, and keep it casual. Yoroshiku onegai shimasu. And I will see you guys in a minute.